Hey buddy, welcome back.
Welcome back.
Damn,
My friend.
those maniacs have outfitted city buses with automatic weapons.
So, on this jolly episode of Infamous, mass murder of civilians.
The revenge of the bus drivers.
I mean, I don't see what he's complaining about. Like, I'm pretty sure, like, buses with, like, people shooting machine guns out the side are pretty common in most American cities.
Just sit around all day dreaming
But
about
this
blowing
bus,
stuff
Eric,
up.
if the military catches wind of this bus, which looks to be a double-decker bus, but isn't, the military is going to bomb us, and we don't want that because we're here. And if they bomb this city and we're in it, that's a bad thing.
Wow, you know
Why
so
would
much
they
more
bomb
about the
the city?
American justice system than I do.
Guilty until shot full of lead.
Damn, armor's too thick.
It's made of metal!
Maybe I need to get closer.
Too
No,
thick,
but it
nothing!
dissipates.
It could...
So this is the gimmick of this mission. We got to climb on top of the buses
Yeah.
and, you know, just destroy them that way. I was about to say the old-fashioned way, but there is nothing old-fashioned about this. This is really newfangled. So there's a few buses knocking about. This mission's pretty simple, but enemies are dotted around the buses as we go along, and the biggest risk is that one of them will go under a train line, and then it gets a bit awkward.
You know, I really liked back there, you were just running through the alley and that one little crab ran up at you and you killed it. That's something I really like about these, conduits. Occasionally you get that with just like you're running about, then you see some of those little guys run past you, because they do follow you far.
Yeah.
They're just sort of crawling about the city. I really like that.
Sometimes the difficulty of this mission is kind of luck of the draw, because I don't believe the buses are randomized, but I did record this like 2 times, and a couple times it's really down to what street you encounter the buses in.
That was really bad urban planning back there. The way that staircase was right next to the support beam made it hard to get onto. That was bad job, whoever designed that.
He's
Bad
probably
job.
dead now. Oh, now this is what I'm talking about.
What if he was an architecture conduit?
Well, then he's a really shit one, isn't he?
That was really cool though, the way you just dropped onto it stealthily. They never even knew you were there.
And luckily, they're never going to fix this bus. Never.
There is something vaguely, like, entertainingly dopey about the way the buses just sort of slowly plod around, just firing completely blindly to the sides. Like, they're not even aiming at stuff. They're just sort of shooting, driving around at 2 miles per hour like they're lost.
Take this already shitty infrastructure.
You see, that bus is a gun conduit.
Shit, I don't remember this goddamn tunnel. This is cool.
You never really passed through here that much.
Yeah, I don't remember. I don't think I ever actually went through there.
Nice.
Well, not really. So yeah, this mission went really smooth up until like 0.2 nanoseconds before, you know, before it
Destroyed
ended.
the buses, Moya. Gonna look into the thing with Alden.
Gonna do the thing with a thing, you know.
Oh yeah. So this is a really fun mission. We got the arrest, and then we got an even more fun mission after it.
Good. That's
I love fun missions. They're my
I
favorite
like them
types.
too. Games should be fun. This mission emphasizes this.
I don't know. I prefer games that focus on serious storylines about human drama. Fun just detracts from that, really.
Fun takes away from this.
Fun takes away from all the fun you could be having.
In a serious, melodramatic series.
That guy was minty fresh.
Alden, don't move! You're under arrest!
Do you know what's even more minty fresh? Do you want to know? That
Alden?
green shadow.
Heading out.
Oh, the shadow's not green. The thing casting the shadow is green.
You
Still
make a
fucking
good point.
bullshit.
It's a shadow of electromagnetic energy that was once there.
Actually, I'm pretty sure it's flubber.
So, this I don't actually like this morality choice because it's so. It's just kind of there and pretty
Probably
weak.
shouldn't get involved in this. Alden's still running around, and if he gets away, Moya's gonna have my hide. I could zap that guy. and
Really,
cut
you
him
could have
loose.
just zapped him in
Maybe I
like
just
2
walk
seconds
away
flat
and
and
leave
walked
there
away.
for a
No,
while.
less than that. But because he just stood around doing nothing, the evil choice has already been done, really.
Yeah, I mean, Jesus.
It changes nothing about the rest of the mission, shooting him down. Like, there's not more enemies, it's not slightly more defended. It's just kind of contrived. But now we'll see those randomly throughout the city, and they're basically free good morality.
Well, yeah, I don't think that was supposed to be part of the mission. I think they were just using it as an excuse to introduce that mechanic. But it is a pretty,
Okay.
like, dumb mechanic.
Here we go.
Yes.
This is really cool.
Another mission where we have to meet the enemy on their terms. This is actually something I really hate Ubisoft for. Like, all the optional free-roaming stuff will be jury-rigged into a mission once, regardless of whether or not it works. Like, they introduce you to every optional thing you can do throughout the game, which leaves no discovery.
Right.
It's like, in this game, you can raid fortresses. There'll be a mission where you raid a fortress that's kind of tangentially related to the story.
Yeah, I see what you mean.
There are treasure chests here. They have like 100 gold in them, and in one mission you'll be required just to pick one. It's like, oh, no.
While this was a fun mission, it really just highlights freaking chain link fence. Jesus.
Yeah, these guys have realized his weakness and decided to use it against him.
They really have. I mean, they've very clearly capitalized on it. But I kind of like that. It shows that the enemies are actually learning on how to combat this guy.
It does make you think that the chain link fence the enemies can shoot at you are very deliberate. Not just, hey, we didn't program it so Cole could jump over these or shoot through them.
What?
I don't know what I'm trying to... Oh, I was trying to drop down there, yeah. Or drain. I don't even know what I was trying to do there. I was just kind of confused. By this
I don't
piece of
think the
architecture.
enemies knew either, much to your advantage.
They were look. Maybe that's what I was doing. I was mind gaming the enemy.
Oh, is it just me, or does it not like you should be able to stand up there? Like, it looks like you're sequence breaking when you go up there.
I don't really think so. There are a few routes through this place, but I wouldn't really call it sequence breaking. The enemies are laid out enough so that any route you go, you're going to meet resistance. Not to mention we have to go up
Right.
here to get on a bridge, that one off to the left, so that we can jump up to the higher section.
No, I mean, I went up there too, but it just looks like you weren't supposed to go up there, like just the way it's visually designed.
The game's generally pretty good about what you can and can't jump over, so
Right.
I wouldn't say that that was a mistake.
What's this guy doing?
Trying to psych me out the way I psyched them out earlier. Oh yeah, one thing I didn't note is that the missile you can shoot, it actually does get redirected if you do the precision shot as well. So you can actually use it to line up some pretty
Oh,
cool stuff.
yeah. So, like, you can fire it and then, like, sort of shoot it at a dude to, like, adjust its trajectory. That's right. I actually use that sometimes.
It's actually really handy if an enemy's on a higher rooftop. You shoot the bolts over the rooftop and then just shoot at the wall, and they'll just try and circle round but end up raining on the roof. Which is actually a really cool trick and actually really practical, considering the way the city's laid out at times.
No idea. As far as I can tell, there are no combustibles in it, so it's not an explosive device. Maybe he's overcompensating for something.
Oh, well.
Moya,
He's
get
kind of an
into-
old guy. Come on, give him some slack. I just love the ingenuity of this level, just the fact they were creating this incredibly elaborate shanty town that not only doubled as a home, presumably, but also as this huge, thing for Cole.
No, yeah, it's neat. It's a
The
nice
thing is, it
little...
looks like it would perfectly fight anyone but Cole. Oh, it's a new enemy type. Really boring conduit. Okay, this first fight is fun, but then they become just a kind of mini-boss enemy that reappears all the time, and I can't claim to care for them too much.
And that's something that I'd say the Infamous series in general is pretty guilty of. Although not Second Son, I guess, really.
We'll get to that when we get to that. We will get to that.
Yeah, I mean, we will, but I mean...
There's a reason I've been saving my Karmic Overload the whole mission just so I could spam a bunch of shots at him, because he took just a lot of megawatt hammers, and the thing is, he goes down, then he opens up, and that's when you actually start doing damage to him. And we'll get a move like a couple of updates from now that is actually a perfect counter to his beam spam there. But for this first fight, you've just got to run away from all the shards that he's firing.
No, yeah, that freaking shard thing, that attack was pretty ridiculous in that fight, because that can cut you down to no health like nothing else.
And you've got to be a kind of sweet spot distance away from him so that he can't actually hit you with it.
I do think that their, like, conduit glow stuff turning red when they're low on health was a bit silly. Like, it just doesn't look right. I mean, I guess it is useful in that they do have a fair amount of health, so it's good to know if they're low on health or not, but they could have done it better than that. Like, maybe some of the garbage starts to fall off them and they become thinner or
Yeah.
something.
You can actually blow an arm off them, which would have been a more
That's
appropriate way,
cool.
but yeah.
Won't be long before the dustmen try and break him out.
Your actions have made you more evil.
Now I'm maximum good and I used Karmic Overload, so using Karmic Overload makes you more evil somehow.
No, it's because of all that excessive littering you were doing.
Oh, I see. No, I wasn't littering, I was reappropriating litter, TDF.
Whatever it takes to keep
I was littering by proxy of killing litter. So this is the...
Bullshit so much.
So, Aiden's been captured, but... Alden, goddammit. Fucking Beyond Two Souls. Alden, yeah. This has been recorded
Yeah.
long after Beyond Two Souls has been recorded, by the way, so we're not dating ourselves. But now the Dustmen are like, no, he's kind of the big boss man, and they want him back.
The boys in blue need to move some lops to a more secure
Who
area
let
of the
Zeke
prison.
in there?
Gotta hold off the trash
He said that he was Cole's friend.
Oh,
What the hell is a lop?
I see.
Prisoner, man.
Yeah, no, I know that guy. Yeah, him and me are tight. Yeah, just let me in here. Hey, are those guns you got there?
Hey, Elvis, will you help us?
Thanks. You're damn right.
Oh, this is a really fun mission, though.
This is fun. They just... We got Karmic Overload, but we won't need it, because we're going to just be able to cut loose. Another thing about the blast move when playing as a hero I'm showing off here is it actually goes on further. It becomes slightly more longer range if you're getting hero upgrades. So this segment of the mission is way fucking easier if you're playing good route.
Huh, that I had not actually known. That's pretty neat. I never noticed that.
It's pretty easy anyway. Like, only near the end of it do they start throwing enough at you so that you're actually trying to juggle things. And most of them, some of them won't actually even reach the fence anyway, so some are just kind of red herrings. Cars you never need to worry about cars.
I like how you're just knocking these, like, into the wall, keeping them out, or into the yard.
I want to throw them back, but you have to hit them at a kind of sweet spot. They have to be just close enough for them to be blasted all the way back. And it doesn't really do anything, but you just feel right volleying them back over.
See, it's this mission that makes me really want this game to be compatible with the PlayStation Move, just like swinging a tennis racket at them.
Now that's one we didn't joke about. A sports conduit.
Oh, that would be great. No, that would be really great to do, like, Cole at the Olympic Games or something, like with just a bunch of sports-themed mini-games with sports conduit.
These guys will kill you.
One thing I didn't talk about is, if you shoot an enemy when those missiles are in play, they will home in on the enemy, not where you shot. So what I just did there was rain Armageddon on one poor son of a bitch.
That poor bastard.
I'm a hero. Oh well, great job, Zeke. Real handyman you are.
This was a really fun mission, though, like, just fighting with a bunch of allies. Actually, do you show this mission what it's like in the evil version?
I don't believe I do. I mean, it's pretty much the same stuff, but you've got cooler moves to deal with it.
Well, yeah, but I mean,
you got
because
cluster
in
bombs
the
and
evil
stuff.
mission, if you take the evil story, you don't get along with the cops so well.
They are
Like,
less
it makes more
receptive.
sense here, because, you know, you've been working with the cops this whole time. Up till now, you've been, like, killing cops in the evil version.
They kind of tolerate me as the lesser of two evils. Arguably, in the evil run.
Arguably, yeah.
Arguable. It's arguable. And it's best that you don't piss Cole off so that he's focusing all his attention on the gangs.
These guys flank me. You'll get
So,
the full
like, immediately after you're introduced with them, you're going to deal with, like, 3 more of these over the course of the mission, so they kind of outstay their welcome. It just tells you, yeah, these guys aren't... That wasn't a one-off boss, this is a consistent enemy.
Oh yeah, because they're
Oh
kind of
my
just, like,
gosh, Snake, really?
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 You were saying, TDF?
they're basically just like thunder sponges. Shocking that you can just keep wailing on them, but they don't really react to any of your attacks, and that kind of makes it doesn't play that well with the whole dynamic of when you were fighting normal foes.
Right.
Yeah. Regular enemies are decently tough, but you can cut through them if you do something like this, you know, flank them, get behind them. This mission actually shows that they don't handle having, you know, more than one enemy to deal with. Because
Yeah.
Cold should logically be the biggest threat, but they are more focused on the police.
So that's kind of neat, though, just to not be the only person fighting a bunch of dudes, to be, like, in the middle of a proper battle.
Yeah, this scene actually does show that pretty well. It is a very fun battle scene. Even though I feel the cops should be armed with bigger guns and pistols right now.
It is one of the only real, like, big battles that you're just another combatant in the middle of that I can think of in the Infamous series. I can think of a few other ones, but they're not that common.
Yeah, big battle scenes when done well like this actually feel like a very refreshing way of just making the combat bigger in scale without really changing much.
I kind of like to see more stuff in, like, because this, while it's neat, it's not that big an arena. I would like to see something like this, but in a bigger area. Although they do have, that, like, in Second Son, I do remember specifically there was a much larger area, but we will get to that when we get to that.
Also, this is another thing, because I did that side mission earlier on. I hope you're ready for another trek through the prison route, for the prison walls.
Yay!
Actually, this time we're taking the opposite route, so it's a bit refreshed. And yeah, climbing this place once already is doing me no favors, it seems.
It's seriously like sometimes when you're climbing this area, it feels like when you're trying to find the pocket in your like jacket, but just the pocket isn't there, and you're just.
And you're just trying, and like everyone's staring at you, and you're just trying to get it out, and they're waiting impatiently, but just the pressure.
Bye bye.
What the hell happened to that platform?
It couldn't handle the pressure.
This is like the only place in the game where you really see falling platforms.
It's nice. I appreciate platforming opportunities in this game.
They've mixed up the platforming a little bit.
Though
now
it
that we're
is
used to
just hilariously convenient.
It is.
And that's something that is like a staple of the Infamous series, like climbing up a building, and there's just all these weird like beams and girders sticking out for like no logical reason. Like when it's a big set piece like this, and you're platforming way above everything else, it sort of makes sense. I mean, here it's a bit too convenient. It kind of makes sense in another tower we climb, like a lot of the Dustman stuff, because it is very cobbled together, but it can get ridiculous at times.
Yeah, when it's like you've got, you know, a smooth concrete wall, but it's just got all these little divots. One of the things though is that this mission also has that. This mission, because there's no fall damage in the game, they've coded it so if you drop, it does game over you.
Right.
So you don't have to climb all the way up here again, and it's checkpointed. It's checkpointed once or twice, but you won't be losing too much time if you drop.
But that does also mean, though, if you have to come back up to one of these really tall buildings or something else, it is not game over. So if you accidentally fall off your platform, and these were designed so that is a threat you can fall off fairly easily, you have to start all the way over from the beginning again.
And that's fun. Fun does not mean fun.
I think we've established this already, Snake.
Yeah.
He's not
Fun is
gonna
the
have a
opposite
good
of what
time.
you want. But luckily he's dead before he hits the ground, so his fun is over. Fun still doesn't mean fun.
The fun is ogre. Not to
Never
date
to
this
return.
playthrough or anything.
It's already dated. That wall there is actually really glitchy. Like, if you just spam X while going up it, Cole does this jig and just keeps ascending. And it's really bizarre.
By the way, I would like to point, you just caused like a quite large amount of collateral damage to the prison by doing that drop
Yeah,
there.
but it was
Yeah.
freaking cool.
Jesus.
It was really cool. So yeah, that's what happens because I like to rain the bombs down on them, but the first explosion sends them above the rest. And then the rest of the fucking missiles just keep hitting him. And I'd like to argue that's not a hammer, that's a missile.
Yeah.
I'm very angry about this.
Well, I mean, lightning powers hammer. He's basically Thor.
Can't argue that.
Actually, that would be cool if instead of the, like, if for a melee weapon, instead of the gigawatt blades or some stuff we'll see later in Infamous 2, like if Cole had a hammer. That would be pretty nice.
That'd be nice.
That one orbiting that dude in the background.
This battlefield's a lot more open, and you're directly facing the enemy, so you can actually cut
to your
them
left,
down
to
if
your
you
left,
keep
to your
spamming
left.
it. Don't worry, we're in skilled hands. I know what's up.
Directly facing your enemy, except for when he's like several feet to your left and you're just constantly ignoring him even though he's really big.
Yeah, he was just chilling out, walking all right up to you.
Well, you know, I got to it. I defeated all the little foes first, and then started rationalizing my decisions.
Going from orange to cherry flavor.
I was like, because this source of electricity is constant, you can just tank.
Yeah. It is fun just like throwing out like grenade after grenade after grenade. The infinite energy missions are quite nice. I like them.
Except for that bus mission. Fuck that bus mission. I mean, I made it look pretty easy, I'd like to say, but it's not. It's just not that enjoyable because it's a slog.
Right. Damn, that actually does have a really large area of effect that reflect.
Yeah. Pushes back pretty decently, you don't have to aim it too much.
Can you reflect their pellets?
I do not believe you can, and even if you could, it would not help.
Yeah, because you'd only be able to deflect for like a split second, where it's just a constant rain of pellets.
Well, yeah, but I mean, it still goes pretty far.
Whoa, 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 whoa!
What the
What's going on here?
Did you
I
just
left the mission
die?
area.
How are you doing, Zeke? I told you to
Your actions have made you slightly more evil.
Cole, you are not one to talk yelling at Zeke for not staying put, okay?
The megawatt jump.
Oh god, that was...
Ascending to heaven, you're gonna become one with the clouds and cause a
Cole was just
thunderstorm.
ascending to his planar form. It was fine.
Oh,
Become one giant thundercloud.
My morality bar got too heroic, and I gained the power of flight, but not the ability to control it.
By the
You
time
ascended
we
to
got
heaven.
inside, it was too late. The place was slick with gold.
No, what happened was Alden snuck up behind me and just threw me into the sky.
Suppose they'd be alive now, and Alden would still be in a cage.
Zeke, why didn't
Sure
you just
Zeke's
run
never gonna
back?
Forgive himself for this.
Zeke had to use the bathroom, but he's embarrassed about using the bathroom in other people's buildings, so he super speeded back to their house to use the bathroom.
Proud of their
And then decided to join in the battle.
over me.
Hey, Cole, you took out a very large number of their troops in that attack, and why didn't you just go back to their base and kick the shit out of Alden?
Prepare.
Just thought, you know. You're not shy about just smacking shit.
Huh, thought we'd get a quote after that. Wow, way to be evil.
The quote is just for us to imagine.
Is Cole guilty of all the good the game didn't force him to do?
It was a Helen Keller quote.
Indians busted him out and killed every cop in the prison.
This is unacceptable, Cole. You had explicit orders to keep him there. What the hell happened?
Jeez, calm your tits, lady, like, okay, Jesus.
Jeez, Moya, why don't you just come here and fight off all these homeless people? I'll be waiting.
Don't make me come over there and drag you home by the ear.
He's become a liability, and we have no margin for error, especially with Alden back on the streets.
He's not back on the streets, he's in his fortress compound, made of shanty stuff.
One of his several fortress compounds.
Oh,
Well, that was easy.
Yeah, so, Here's an execution. They actually take a fair bit of damage.
That was something that I accidentally did a lot as hero executions.
How'd you do it accidentally?
Well, like, I would have, like, secured some people, and then, like, I fight some more dudes and accidentally blow them up, or something like that.
Trash baggers
Or
are
accidentally, like,
shooting
wait,
bastards have really gone
no,
off
never
the
mind,
deep end this
never
time.
mind.
What'd you do to tick them off?
In the evil route, this mission
Really
is Cole's
think they need
fault.
an excuse to kill people?
All I know is that every time you come around, things get worse.
And he just turns his phone off after that line, like, yeah, I've heard this before.
We'll help the cops lock down all
Cluster bombs, infinite power.
July the 4th.
Very
Yay!
fun. This is celebrating freedom. Freedom to throw bombs at the cops. Oh,